what is the minimum score to qualify for a home loan?
Yeah.
It really varies depending on the loan program. Generally, we can do something down to like a 540, somewhere in there, but truly, it's not just the credit score, it's the credit makeup. So, you know, it depends on the individual. So someone that is less than, let's say, a 620, we want to talk to them because we do have to get an approved eligible through the automated underwriting system in order to go that low. So, I mean, usually like about 540 is like the lowest, but we'll, you know, if you're close to that, we can usually give you some tips and tools on how to bring it up. So we definitely want to talk with you and then give you some ideas.
And then we also have some new programs that we've been working with just recently to address the lower credit scores. Yeah, and so it really is going to, like Peggy said, be based on that conversation that we have and what's all happened and stuff like that.
So just to kind of give you guys an idea, just because you have like a 560 credit score doesn't mean that you can get a loan, because it all reflects on if there's any collection out there,
Right.
You know, all
So
that.
it's the credit makeup, it's not just the score.
Yes. So that's why we always want to talk to you guys before you guys make that determination.
Yeah.
And also, don't be looking at Credit Karma, Credit Sesame, those scores, because those aren't accurate.
Use it to monitor your activities. If there's any inaccuracy, that's what you're using those for, not for your true credit score. Okay? Any other questions? How will it affect a credit score if two cards are paid off every month, but one major credit card is a high balance and not able to pay it off?
I would say just continue, don't miss a payment on it, and just continue chunking away at it as much as you can. Don't charge any more on it. And I mean, it might affect your score by maybe 20 points come this summer, but it's not gonna, if you're paying your bills on time, it probably isn't going to be catastrophic. So we'd have to pull your credit to see exactly where you're at.
Another question is, how many credit card is too much or too little?
The credit bureaus like to see 3 trade lines. So in other words, they like to see a mix of credit, so car loan, student loan, credit card, mortgage. They like to see a mix, but otherwise some lenders want to see 3 trade lines open for a minimum of 12 months and continue to be open. So that's where Trish said don't close them.
Yeah.
So usually about 3 trade lines. You know, I mean, if you have a couple more than that, it's not catastrophic. It's just if you have 5 credit cards and they're all maxed out, that's where it's really going to hurt you.
Absolutely.
Whose credit should be worked on if both parties, married couple, have not so good credit? This really depends on what you're purchasing. Like for
incomes.
And income. So like for the mortgage industry, we can do it based on one person's credit score, but it's going to be solely on that person's income only. So if you want to utilize the other person's income, then we got to work on their credit score too.
Yeah, and then I think it's also important to, you know, a few weeks ago we had an incident where, or not an incident, but a circumstance where somebody did come in and they had a bankruptcy a long time ago, and then both parties had, their credit was very challenged, and it looked like they might be going down that road again. In that case, you know, we recommend them going to some sort of consumer counseling, you know, because we don't advise on those types of things, but, you know, we can definitely guide you in how to improve that.
So usually I would say work on the higher income earner and use that one as a tool first.
how do I satisfy a judgment? So usually you satisfy a judgment by paying it off.
Yeah.
You get that, if you don't know what that judgment is, you can usually look that up through the Wisconsin Circuit Court or whichever state you're from. You can look that up, and then
They give you a satisfaction or a release of that judgment that has to be recorded at the courthouse, because remember, a judgment is a lien against at the courthouse level. So you have to get that released and satisfied, so recorded at the courthouse to actually physically show that that's been paid.
If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to Trish at 920-457-5626 or email her at trish.tootloff@cibmmortgage.com.